So, alright, so it's May 27th right now. 2014. It's like 5:30 in the morning. You know, I probably got 2 hours of sleep. And yeah, see, I woke up, you know, really pissed off for some reason. And because I do a lot of my best thinking, you know, when I'm asleep, you know. Pretty much all my best, you know, creative ideas have come, you know, from either a dream or some kind of meditation, you know, when I haven't been fully awake. And so I woke up around 5 o'clock in the morning, pissed off as all hell. And took a couple of seconds to find a target for that. Like, actually, I can't even call it anger, or it's most definitely not rage. Indignation, maybe. You see, and it's something that's been going on for over a week. I mean, you know, all these trans activists have been talking about it. All these, you know, I mean, Laura Jane Grace is really hit hard about it. It's this music video from Arcade Fire. It's for this song called "We Exist." And the music video stars Andrew Garfield, who is the current Spider-Man. Fresh off of his role in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which by most accounts is a complete turd of a movie. I mean, you know, supposedly worse than Spider-Man 3. You know, some people are saying it's the best one ever. A lot of people are saying it's worse than Spider-Man 3. I didn't see that one either, so I haven't seen a Spider-Man movie since 2. But I'm off topic. Oh, always am. I get that way a lot. But, you know, all these activists are focusing on how, or for those who don't know, Andrew Garfield plays this, I suppose you'd call it trans girl, you know, just starting to explore her gender, or his gender, or whatever. Alright, I think the idea is this person's not actually sure of their gender yet, but you know, they're going to figure it out. You know, so Garfield shaves his head, you know, puts on makeup, a wig, whatever. You know, puts on and yeah, apparently goes to this dive bar. You know, first one, that's your first mistake, you fucking dumbass. You don't go to a... And if you're going out dressed in drag, you don't go to a fucking dive bar. Alright? I mean, jeez. Yeah, I've only gone out. Yeah, I've only gone out, in girl mode. I went to a concert at the Majestic in Madison once. I mean, that's probably the lowest class establishment that you could get away with. And even that's only because, Madison. And it was an Against Me concert. So, but... whatever. And... so it goes on, and... Garfield's character was shot, gets beat up, and killed. And all these actors, all these voices are out there saying that, well, they should have had a trans woman play it. That played the character. Fair enough. They should have had this, that, oh, it's just another, majority depiction of us as the whole, pathetic trans trope. Whatever. Alright, the way I see it, if you're, if you go to a dive bar, you should expect to run into asshats there. Alright? That's, if you want a cheap drink, make it yourself. Buy the stuff yourself and make it. I do. I know that runs really close to victim blaming, but what the fuck did you expect was gonna happen? But the title is We Exist. And, well, the big interview from, I don't know if it's their lead singer, their guitarist, or drummer, whatever, Win Butler, whoever, he's in the band, and apparently important in the band. He's talking about in this interview with The Advocate, saying that he was inspired by the story of gay kids in Jamaica. Okay. So, instead of showing the plight of a gay kid in Jamaica, you're showing a pretty naive, gender questioning person in some American city. Presumably New York or Los Angeles or San Francisco or something. Well, probably not San Francisco, because San Francisco, you'd probably be treated halfway decently. But, in New York or San Francisco, probably. Los Angeles. Alright, that's... haven't heard that one. Haven't heard that criticism. Well... Alright, actually have heard that criticism in the last couple of days since the interview. But... the one that I really haven't heard is... where the fuck does he get off thinking that I need, some music video to tell the world that I exist. Alright? Where the fuck does he get off? Saying that, thinking that people like me can't, exist on our own terms. Right? It's one of the things that I've kind of railed against, since this whole thing started with me. I mean, well, I'm not even a year into this whole, to the whole, yeah, I'm trans, what now thing. I just applied that label to myself for the first time, end of June last year? And but the fact of the matter is, I don't need some music video made by some heteronormative male for pretty much heteronormative audiences. I don't need that to tell them that I exist. Okay, I don't need some... I don't need some doctor's approval to tell me that I exist. Alright? I don't need somebody to speak on my behalf. Alright? I exist whether or not I exist. I don't need anybody's approval to validate my existence at all. Okay? I exist whether or not, I mean, I'm right here. Alright? I exist. Now, whether you like it or not. Alright? Alright, I'm right here. Alright, I have something to say. I have something of value to say. At least I fucking hope I do. I have something to contribute. I have a voice. I have the fucking internet, which is only the greatest means of making your voice heard, of making an individual's voice heard ever designed by mankind. And I will make myself heard. Alright? It's up to you whether or not you're going to listen. I'm doing this, I'm making these videos. And I have my Twitter accounts, and I post on Reddit, because I know that somebody will listen. and they'll take, and they'll take some value from what I have to say. Alright, and no, and no, it's not just me. I'm not special. So what? So, yeah, I have some experiences in my background. Alright. Alright, so what? I mean, I'm not special in any means. Alright? Everybody can make their voice heard. Now, sometimes that voice, if that person, is espousing certain viewpoints that may support harming other people, I mean, that's a problem. I mean, for God's sake, look at every dictator in world history. Look at the fucking Santa Barbara shooter. Yeah, that just happened too. But I've even seen I can't even tell people. I can't even tell all the ways that I've helped somebody. I will never be able to know. And I can't even count all the people who have reached out to me over the years. And it affected my life. Everybody has a voice. I don't need... Everybody can speak for themselves. Alright? And that's where this fucking... at least everyone who has access to the internet can speak for themselves. Yeah, I know I'm going to get accused of classism and those Jamaican kids don't have can't speak for themselves. Alright, then speak for them. Alright, I don't need somebody to speak for me. Alright, no person in the United States of America needs somebody to speak for them. Alright? Now, if they ask somebody to speak for them, alright, fine. But goddamn, I don't need somebody to speak for me. I have my video camera, I have my computer, I have a microphone, I have a voice, and goddamn it, I will be heard. I will be heard. And somebody out there, and somebody out there is going to listen. I don't really care if any particular person listens or not. Alright? And hell, I've been making these fucking Let's Play videos since, for what, 3 years now? Pretty much for my benefit. All the old Dark Horse videos. they're for my benefit as much as anything. But all it takes is one person takes what I have done and find some hope in it. I mean, I know I've directly saved at least one person's life. I mean, from I have actively reached out to at least one person, over Twitter and stop them from killing themselves. I know not everyone gets to do that, and I get it. But I can't even tell you how many people have, just with the Reddit thing. There's no telling how many people I've helped, and I can't even count how many people have helped me. And they weren't looking to help me. They're doing the same thing that I am. They're posting on Reddit, with the goal of just helping. I don't need some college's approval to help people. I don't need a piece of paper. I don't need some fucking sheepskin to tell me that I can go out and help people. Or to go out in journalism. I'm gonna end up with a liberal studies major, which most of them supposedly end up in teaching. Whatever. Alright, but I'm going to be taking as many journalism classes as I can. I mean, I got at least 2 of them in this semester, this coming semester. But I don't need some fancy journalism school to tell me that I can write, that I can make my voice heard. Everyone can. Yes, this is only going to be like a 5-minute video. What are we at now? Like 12, 20, 23, something like that. This always fucking happens too. I get going and I'm not stopping. But the fact of the matter is, I'm perfectly capable of making my own voice heard. Alright, you want to speak for people who... You want to speak for people who can't speak for themselves? Great! But make sure people know from the beginning that you're speaking for them. Alright, I don't need your fucking approval to tell me that I exist. I don't need... I don't need your... I exist. Period. it's up to everyone else to deal with that reality. Anyways, if you have any questions for me, I don't know, leave it in the comments maybe. And if you really need to get a hold of me, just email me, fireflychats@gmail.com. But, you know, follow me, the Firefly14 at, on Twitter. I'm on Tumblr too. Barely use the damn thing. But, you can follow me there if you want. I'm... What this whole... Why... I try to say something concisely, but it never comes out that way. Maybe it's just that I'm on 2 hours of sleep. Yeah, and I get to work in... What is it? Yeah, I get to leave for work in an hour. Lovely. But... the fact of the matter is, I'm perfectly capable of speaking for my own damn self. And... I certainly don't claim to speak for all transgender women. I don't claim to speak for all transgender people. And that's another damn thing that that video did. I mean, that's another thing that media does. Period. They never. It's whenever a transgender person's shown, it's always a trans woman. What the fuck? It's that fuck. It's that fucking. You know what it is? It's that fucking gender class thing. They've turned gender into a class system. The more masculine you are, the better off. The more respected you are. And you always have to try to be more masculine. You always have to try to keep moving up the fucking ladder. But the moment you decide, no, my own sanity it means that I have to, drop down the ladder a bit. You get ostracized and and rejected. I mean, this happens when people cut back their hours of work or take a lesser paying job or hold off on buying that nice house because maybe they want to pay for college or something, or pay off their own debts or something like that. If you have money, you're always expected to live like you have money. Otherwise, you're slumming it, or you're looked down on. You're always expected to, if not make more money, then at least make it look like you have more money. And that's what destroyed my dad. He went off and he spent every dime he ever earned. He spent every dime my mom ever earned he spent every dime that my mom earned when they were together too. I mean, when she left her job at the bank at around 1999, 2000, they cashed out her IRA, her 401k or whatever the hell she had, and they just went off to Pro Vallarta. Yeah, could really use that money now, huh? Well, alright. Well, he wouldn't have been able to use it, but she could have used it right now. Guaranteed. And you always had to have, a better car. You always had to, have that camper or that boat, or whatever. And then he lost his job, and then he got hurt, lost his job, lost everything, and ended up losing his life. And I'm starting to see the same thing with my stepdad too. And you know what? I'm never gonna fall into that trap. No, actually, no. What am I talking about? I've already fallen into that trap before. I mean, I got like $7,000 of credit card debt. I mean, I'm probably gonna have $60,000 in student loan debt by the time I'm done. But I'm not gonna fall into that class struggle thing. Well, I've already proven I've rejected at least one part of the class struggle. I mean, fucking hell. Hello. By the way, these are not stuffed in any way. I mean, this is just a regular bra. I mean, yeah, a little padded, but fuck, no more than a normal bra. Sorry, I didn't actually post that video. Yeah, well. Anyways, I have to get going. Fuck. Anyways, I'm Morgan. And it's not my name yet, but God damn it, that's who I am. I don't need some fucking musician to tell me